Today's episode of Not Another Gaming Podcast is not going to have an ad before the show. We are starting right now. Welcome to episode 141. It is your boy, Papa Dom, and I'm back, fresh off the plane, still smelling like vacation, feeling real good. It's been way too long, and I know, and I hope that the feeling is mutual. I know I missed all of you guys, and I hope you missed me too. So we're back. It's episode 141, and we've decided to move the ad into the middle of the show, so you get to listen to us talk for a little bit right off the rip. So if you're sitting in traffic, you fire up the podcast, and then you're like, great, I know I got to listen to this motherfucker read an advertisement for a computer mount that I'm not going to buy. You know, even if you do get a discount, but whatever. Anyway, welcome, welcome. Good evening if you're listening to us in the nighttime. Happy weekend, happy Friday. It's your boy Papa Dom. It's episode 141 of the most dangerous podcast on these internet streets. You already know I've got two very, 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 very handsome co-hosts that are here with me right now. Chris, you aside from that margarita that you just made, you look like you're doing okay. You look like you're doing pretty good.
I like to think I'm doing good. I'm doing great. That margarita was fucking trash, though. So no one knew but Dom. But I had this like mix in my fridge that must have been there for like almost a year now. Didn't realize it was like syrup, so I was like, oh yeah, I'll just like mix it. I'll get the backside of a fork, mix it up, and all the tequila just out of the top. So I pretty much took a shot of tequila, and it's definitely a good start to my Thursday and a good end to it. But I'm doing well. All in all, Dom, nice to see you back. It's I give you a lot of credit what you're doing. I mean, it wasn't easy, you know, recording the whole podcast, extracting the audio, because like I don't have it down to a science. You do. You're good at what you do, so I appreciate what you do. But I'm doing great. Crispy, tall, and lanky. Hello.
Excellent. And if you got a nice little crispy tea over there, Bobby, and you look great. I just feel like I haven't seen either of your faces in so long, even though I did just see you on Monday, Bob. But how are you doing?
I'm fucking exhausted.
All right.
As everybody, I've been talking about it for weeks now. I've been on a low-calorie diet, doing some intermittent fasting, and I swear, all week I've only taken in like 1,500 calories every day. And right when I get home from work, I fucking crash, and I crash hard, and I even drank a Red Bull today, and I'm not doing it. My brain's misfiring right now. All the synapses are like shooting in different directions. I don't know what the fuck is. I don't know where I am right now. I could literally pass out at any given time. If you see me faceplant onto my keyboard, don't call 911. I have a DNR. I don't want to be revived.
It's just he just wrote in on Sharpie on his wrist DNR.
Yeah. Let me go.
It's my time. On the back of his neck, DNR. So when he's face down, isn't it weird drinking a Red Bull that has no vodka taste to it?
Yeah, it tastes like it needs vodka. It tastes like it wants vodka. And then I feel like I want vodka.
If I had a sip of vodka right now, I'd be drunk.
Wow.
Do it.
I had a Red Bull earlier today, and I was like, you know what this needs? Booze. Sauce. But yeah, I'm glad to see that you guys are doing well. How have the last 2 weeks been without me? I mean, just all right? I mean, do you miss me?
Fucking blast. What the 2 weeks they have been.
Oh, they've been incredible. They were the quickest 2 weeks of my life, too. I mean...
I know. It's such a fucking shame. Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, I agree. We had a great fill-in. So it's like Bob's the person that's training to take Bob's spot according to...
He can have it right now. Fucking tag him. I'll tag him in.
The heir apparent.
But we've had Kenny fill in, intern Ken, and he's been doing a great job. So shout out Ken for filling him.
Yeah. All right. Cool. Bob's just trying to do the intermittent fasting just to get as skinny as him. You're gonna have two fucking scarecrows in the podcast now.
Yeah, I can never get that. That's like unhumanly skinny. You know, that's not healthy at all. Like, I'm not at a healthy level right now.
No.
But that's not fucking
I was about to walk outside and check the mail, and a fucking bird is just gonna land on his shoulder.
Dude. At least they're not flying away from me.
Oh.
Like they always have.
Everything flies away from me. Everything I touch flies away. But it's good to be back. Really, really excited to be recording the show. Got a nice ice cold refreshment in front of me. We were doing a little social drinking before the podcast. So, and it actually seemed to have worked out just fine. We've got a handful of people in the Twitch chat right now. So if you're rocking with us right now, thank you so much for being here.
Do I need to get a beer?
Yeah. Oh, and Rob, log into your personal Twitch account.
I did. Don't find one fucking. I already did. Fine, I'll get a beer.
Where
I'll be drunk after I finish this beer.
What's your personal Twitch account?
Are
you Commander Root?
TFT legend. No, he's not Commander Root. That's a bot.
TFT Goat 117.
Plat 1 King.
Oh god. All right, now that he's gone, let's do the podcast. Welcome back to Not Another Gaming Podcast, episode 141. It's your boy Papa Dom, and we are here, just me and Chris. Chris, how are you doing today on this episode?
I'm doing wonderful, Papa Dom. Welcome home. The
so
good
much.
Guy is back with the nice Red Sox hat on.
Yep,
Looking
absolutely.
good, my friend. Nice and tan a little bit. You get that Greek sun. Ooh, Lord.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm so glad that it's just me and you, just the two of us doing the podcast. Bob's not here.
God, again, I wish. I fucking wish. You guys say these things like it's something I don't want.
Oh.
I'll have the lawyers draft up the papers.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. All right. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump into a little weekend recap. Bob, lead us off. How was the weekend? What you been up to? How you been? And what have you been playing?
I didn't do a fucking thing all weekend, and that's exactly how I wanted it to go. I didn't want to do anything this weekend. I came home from work, and then I played video games all fucking weekend. That's my epitome of how I want to spend my week.
Must be
I was supposed to go-
an angel.
I was supposed to go golfing on Saturday, but I banged out of that and played countless hours of TFT and Spider-Man instead.
Ooh,
So,
how is Spider-Man?
Oh yeah, you haven't been here. So I say this all the time. I'm a fucking completionist when it comes to these open world games.
Oh, you did tell me this. Yeah. Keep going though.
So the second one of those, like, go collect all of these things, or go do all of these little side quests, or go do all of these like little missions on the side. Some might call them side quests or side missions. I stop everything I'm doing. If I'm in the middle of a fucking mission at that time, I'll stop it, and then I'll go do all of those first, and then go back to the fucking mission. And every time that's popped up, I'm now at 100% for every single one of them. I think I have like 2 more that, like, the further you go into the story, like 2 more will be like, oh, go swing over to these 20 locations and do backflips off of fucking buildings or some shit like that. I do every single one of those, and that game is crack cocaine. Just like TFT. It's insane how I can just go back and forth and play each one of them for like 6 hours. But I was saying this before, that when you weren't here, that I completely understand why Spider-Man is considered Game of the Year from last year to so many people. Yeah. So the difference being, Spider-Man is probably the funnest game I've played in a very long time. Like, just downright pick up a controller, have a blast with it.
Yep.
God of War is a cinematic master.
Right.
That's why I chose God of War. But again, if I played both of them at the same, like, in the same year for Game of the Year, it still would have went to God of War. Just because of how beautiful it was.
I got you, though. I feel like, I think I was having this conversation with somebody else pretty recently, and it was like, what was the last game that you played with that was just pure fun? And it was just like, just like a great time. Like, you don't have to think about it too much. You don't have to dig too deep to, like, get the real enjoyment out of it. Because, like, you can savor a story and, like, be compelled emotionally or something like that, but, like, just pure straight having a good time. There's something to be said for that.
There's one negative I can come away from Spider-Man with. I'm probably like 75% of the way through the game, the main campaign, and my only issue with the game is, if you played the other ones from PlayStation 1 all the way up until last gen consoles, you know that, like, you could fight all of these other villains at any given time. Like, just missions will pop up where it's like, oh, Rhino's rampaging through the city of fucking New York. You got to go stop him.
Right.
That's not in Spider-Man. So in reality, I've only really fought like 3 villains at this point, or 4 maybe. So there's Wilson Fisk, Shocker,
Mm-hmm.
the Taskmaster, who I don't like. They're all super vague. Tombstone, who's a really interesting villain in Spider-Man mythos, and Mr. Negative. Like 5. That's really all you fight, or that's pretty much all I've fought so far. For when I really wish they put in like every other fucking obscure villain, just one-off side missions of just go stop them. They're robbing a bank.
Mm-hmm.
Bob, if you were one villain from the Spider-Man game, you'd be Mr. Negative. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, that's you, Mr. Negative.
Oh.
Bob, oh my God, it's so great to see you. How's your day going?
All right, we can move on to someone else's weekend.
Chris, how about you? How you doing? What you been playing? What's up?
So I've been great. My weekend was a good time on Friday. It was a really nice day. Got a couple of the friends together. Enjoyed a couple of rooftop bars in the city.
Yep.
Right on the seaport of Wyoming. Really nice area. It was a good time. Had a couple drinks. Ended up like bar hopping, and Saturday woke up, felt like a carcass. So I was like, yeah, like I'm not gonna do much today. So that kind of like gave the downward ending to my weekend, where I didn't really do much from there besides like just bob around the house, eat shitty food, and play video games. And that brings me to what I've been playing. I've actually been playing.
Hey, I've been fucking eating pretty healthy. Okay.
Wait, what?
You said bob around the house.
Oh, good one. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean like if it was like you around the house, I would have been like just moping around the house, crying in corners.
Moping, bobbing and moping at the same.
Yeah, tomato. But I've been playing TFT. Bob's been teaching me his ways, trying to at least. There's so much shit in that game, so I'm not really grasping it just yet, but I'm starting to. I can't say that I know exactly what I'm doing yet, but things are starting to add up. I guess with a couple more, I would say another couple weeks, maybe I'd actually know what I was
Chris, you've
doing.
been playing for a week. Like, I think you're doing fine for someone who's been playing for a week.
Yeah, no, but
like
I want to be good.
You're understanding the concepts of the game, which is more than the majority of people that play it.
True. Well, I want to be good at it. So, oh yeah, and a really good point. So I've been playing TFT, and I've been playing Modern Warfare 2 with Flex King Kyle. That's been a great time. I've been playing Call of Duty 4 as well. It's really bringing me back. I've been having a blast. But yeah, that's my weekend. That's what I've been playing. Dom, what about you? I know you had a big weekend, a big couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Tell us, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, for me, I honestly, I feel like the last couple of weeks have just been an absolute fucking blur. I have spent a lot of time in a lot of different countries over the last 2 weeks. So all in all, the wedding itself was fantastic. Had some real handsome groomsmen there, you two guys included. So thank you for being a part of my big day. It was a great time, and I think honestly, my favorite thing about the whole day, honest to God, was just like seeing all of my friends from like all different areas and like different. I don't even know like what to say. Like different friends from different parts of life, like getting together. And I didn't introduce anybody, but I had like Matt Handy was like outside the hotel at 4 a.m, like passing a bottle of Hennessy to Kyle and like smoking cigars. And I was like, I've never seen Kyle drink Henny at all. Passed a bottle of Henny to him. And we're like ripping Cannon cigars that Dr. Bob brought for us, and those were fantastic. My mother's like ripping butts outside and inside, unfortunately. Just a great time all in all. It was just probably without a doubt, I mean, one of the best weekends I'll ever have in my life. And we capped it off with the excursion to Europe for our honeymoon, and I've been for the last 2 weeks in Croatia, Greece, and London. The third of which was completely unexpected, but a surprise to be sure, but a welcome one, because we got delayed on our flight coming home, and then we got like stranded there for legit 2 days. So Greece was awesome, Croatia was awesome. Did like a Game of Thrones tour in Dubrovnik. Got to see like the real King's Landing, which was so sick. Hey Brian, Bryland, how's it going? And went to Greece, went to Athens, which is, so if you don't know, Athens is like if you took Downtown Crossing in Boston and then just put like the Acropolis on top of it. If they filmed
Really?
if they filmed Hercules in Downtown Crossing, that's what Athens is. It's gross, it's hot, it's smelly, but there's a lot of history around it. But like, I think there's, and I could be way off here, but I'm pretty sure there's like 8 million people that live in Greece, and I think about 5 million or 6 million of them live in Athens. It's a huge, huge, huge city. But yeah, Athens was cool for 2 days, and then we saw the Acropolis, we saw the Parthenon. That's just unreal. And then we went to Santorini, and it was pretty much everything that you'd think it was. And then on our way back, we got delayed in London, and they were like, so we were supposed to get home at 10 p.m. on Friday, and our flight got canceled, and we basically were stuck in London. You had to take 3 flights home from Santorini. It was supposed to be Santorini to Athens, Athens to London, and then London to Boston. We made it all the way to London. Flight gets canceled at the last minute. While we're on the plane, there's a technical issue. We can't do it. And then by the time we get this fixed, Logan's not going to take our flight. So guess what, dickheads?
Shit, that's like some fucking Final Destination shit.
Yeah, they were like, the circuit breaker blew on the plane, so everybody off. And so we got off and stayed in a hotel in London, got to explore the city. They didn't rebook our flight right away. They were like, we can get you home on Tuesday. I was like, all right, that's in 4 days. It's not going to happen. I have a job. And more importantly, a podcast to record. So, you know what I'm saying? So we got back Monday morning. We ended up getting back Monday morning, but we got some time to explore London, which was dope. But all in all, best weekend and vacation that I've ever had. Santorini, I'll tell you what, whole bottle of wine is $7.
No,
so,
what?
Dude, we went to, yeah. So we went to a restaurant in Santorini, and it was like the oldest restaurant on the island. It's been open since like World War II. Like right when the island actually just got electricity in like 1940. Like it really was not. It has not been around for very long. But we get 2 glasses of wine, and the guy goes, "Okay, I'll just bring you a bottle." And I was like, "Whoa, buddy! First of all, it's a pretty aggressive upsell." And those are like $120 in the North End. So like, no, I don't want a whole bottle. And he goes, "Oh, it's €7." And I was like, "All right, well, forget everything that I just said. Give us a fucking bottle."
I apologize.
And
we'll take 2.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I'll take 2. And the coolest part about that is wine in Santorini can't even say Santorini on the bottle. So like the house wine cannot even say Santorini on it if it's not like 99.9 grapes that were grown on the island. So like all the wines you're drinking are local and they're dead cheap. So all the house wine was unreal, and we drank a lot of it. But yeah, so
walking out of dinner looking like someone's fucking messed up aunt at a family reunion.
Literally, dude, I was. It's like that episode of in Stranger Things season 3 where Hopper's just shit faced walking out of the restaurant with like he tries to take the bottle of red wine with him. That was actually me walking out of the restaurant. I'm like, fucking, my hotel's right there. I'm not even driving. Like
trying to pants it as you walk out.
Oh my god,
can't get it in.
Oh my god, but it was a great time. It was a really great time. So. But yeah, and I've been playing a lot of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and as I was saying, or kind of on the same vein as what Bob was saying about just games that are just pure, straight fun, that's exactly in the same vein as that. It's just like action RPG, comfort food. So if you just need to like beat the shit out of a lot of different things on the screen for a little while, and like get some nice like goofy but like lovable superhero moments, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3 is unbelievable. And also all the Spider-Man related characters that are in Spider-Man on PS4, all their voice actors were brought on to do the voices in Ultimate Alliance 3. So Doc Ock and Spider-Man, and I think there's another one that I'm not remembering, but Doc Ock and Spider-Man have the same voice actors, but Ultimate Alliance 3 is a lot more like cartoony and campy, so they basically just told them to like ham it up, and it seems like they're just having a blast because the voice acting is really good. So that's super cool, and I didn't even know about that before I bought the game, so it was a nice little surprise.
It was cool.
So yeah, that's how the last 2 weeks of my life have been. I'm assuming that we want to talk about something video game related, right?
Not really, but I feel like we have to.
Well, there was some breaking news that broke like pretty much honestly just a couple hours ago, and this is not officially confirmed just yet, but it was just a rumor up until just now, and honestly the rumor websites that it was posted on were not super credible, but Ewan McGregor was rumored to return as Obi-Wan Kenobi in a Disney Plus series, And there's about 4 different websites that posted it, and honestly, it was the same websites that have been saying like they're making a Knights of the Old Republic movie, and there's just no sources. It's like my dad works at Nintendo and he told me, so I wasn't really compelled by anything. But then Deadline reported it, and Deadline usually knows what the fuck they're talking about. So it's kind of, now it's catching like wildfire. Ever since Deadline reported it, a lot of people are picking up steam. They're saying that Ewan McGregor is going to apparently return to the role of Obi-Wan for a untitled Disney Plus series. So, and he said in multiple interviews that he wanted to return to the role and he'd be totally up for it. You know, he basically was like, the ball's in Disney's court. It's whatever they want to do, but I'd be more than happy to do it. And he actually lent his voice to The Force Awakens. He had like a brief little like audio role there during like a vision or something like that, which was pretty dope. So,
dude, being a voice actor is so fucking cool.
I would love to be a voice actor.
Dude, me too. You just fucking talk. Like I probably mentioned this before, but there was a video that came out about Apex, and it was all the voice actors for it. And they're all just like mad cool, and they literally just step up to a microphone, talk, and get paid a shit ton of money. I mean, it's like it's a cooler podcast. Like you just talk into a microphone and get paid a lot more.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love, actually, that's some of my favorite, like, featurettes to watch are, like, people recording their voice lines. There was a video of, like, from, like, 1996 of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen doing, like, the voices for Toy Story.
I was literally I was thinking of the exact same
Super
thing.
cool. Super cool. So, but yeah, I love watching, like, the behind-the-scenes stuff and seeing, like, you know, who the voice actors are, and like I feel as if there's probably a different method that needs to be used if you're just looking at like concept art of like what the character is going to look like. You know, like I don't know the name of the voice actor who did Spider-Man PS4, but you know, they say, hey, this is how Spider-Man, you know what Spider-Man is, you know, like what he's all about already. Everybody knows. You're just like born with that knowledge. But you know, here's the situation he's in now. Here's what point in life he is, and like here's how you want to like balance the voice. Like, what do you do if you're playing as Peter Parker at this point in his life when he's already faced X amount of enemies and you know, blah 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 blah. And so I think that's kind of cool. You basically get like a writing prompt, or you look at a piece of concept art that is like, you know, a character that you don't know, you know, even if it's somebody from like like an all new IP animated movie or something, like, you know, what's my motivation? You know, who is this character? And then you have the liberty to kind of flesh it out. So I think that would be super fucking cool. So, hey, if anybody's voice casting.
Yeah, voice casting. Yeah. We're doing some junkies outside of a train station. You guys want to be casting with her?
Yeah, I just need to get like a large iced extra French vanilla and like a couple pumps of pumpkin in there too. You know, I don't care if it's too
Sir, I don't have any change. I have to get to work.
And do you guys sell cigarettes here? Sir, this is a Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, all right. Pack of Parliament 100s then.
Yeah, well, back when Ronald Reagan was president, they used to have cigarette vending machines in Dunkin' Donuts, so...
No, but what I was going to say is, like, I think voice actors, I think they deserve a lot more credit, so I'm going to go back on what I said about you just walk up to a microphone and talk into it, because there's obviously a lot more that goes into it, so I'm definitely backpedaling on this, because it's pretty much on the same playing field as being an actor.
Yeah, it's
you step up in front of a camera, in front of a microphone, and this is the situation. Go.
Yeah. For the people that brought you Drake Made Gaming Cool, voice actors just walk up to a microphone and talk.
Yeah, boy.
Hot takes with Chris.
Yeah.
It is true, though. He did make gaming cool.
I mean, well, Bob, do you have any thoughts or feelings one way or the other on the Ewan McGregor casting thing?
Yeah, you know what's great about this? I can't wait to watch all of it for free online someday because I'm never going to pay for Disney Plus.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is the point? What am I actively going to watch on Disney Plus?
Like all the Marvel stuff?
Yeah, I'll watch it online somewhere on some website.
I'll torrent it.
No, I'm not going to torrent it. That's illegal.
Yeah, dummy. By website, he means DisneyPlus.com.
No, I'm going to wait for another website to do it illegally, and I'm just going to, you know, open it up in an incognito browser.
Yeah, that definitely works.
Easy. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, there's nothing like a company that sells your information routinely every second of every day that says here's a tab that we don't look at your shit.
As long as the government doesn't.
As long as my history isn't in the browser and someone's trying to type in YouTube and something pops up that they're not supposed to say, I don't care what info they're taking. Just I don't want to be caught.
You gotta get one of those like allergy bracelets, and it says like clear my browsing history on it.
Yeah.
If you find me convulsing and like foaming at the mouth at the basement floor of Capo, just go clear my Safari history.
Before you try to help me clear my browsing history.
So yeah, I mean, Disney Plus seems like a pretty good deal. I mean, you get ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and Hulu for $14 a month. That's not so bad.
No, I mean it's
I don't know what you get with ESPN Plus. Also, I don't know what you get.
So probably I can't imagine it being anything that extravagant. To be honest, I think it's a high price tag for it. Maybe like $9.99 would have been okay, like the WWE Network, but.
Good network.
It is a good network. We've had one buddy that has been buying it for like a decade now. Everyone just bums it to watch like WrestleMania and shit. But I think that's a high price tag for it. It's just like I said, it's just a competitor with Netflix who keeps jacking up their prices. And to be honest, what they have on there isn't really the best things in the world. Some of the Netflix originals are sick, but a lot of the times they fall short. And people are already paying fucking $13 a month for it. I think it is.
I just started watching The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so fucking good.
I've
been meaning to talk to you about that, Rob, but yeah, it's so good. I've only watched the first episode, but everything I heard about it was entirely true, and it's amazing. I don't know anything about the author, but the author of like the comics that it's based on, but he basically like hates superheroes, and anything he really puts out is mainly like ripping on superheroes or has like a caricature of a superhero character. And The Boys is all about like a world where there's hundreds of superheroes or like metahumans or whatever, and they call them soups, but they're all represented by like marketing agencies. And so like they'll go to the mayor of Dallas and say, hey, or Baltimore, I think they do it in the first episode. They go to the mayor of Baltimore and they say, hey, you know, crime is up. Homicide and theft are up 60%. You know, things are kind of in chaos. Like, you know what Baltimore really needs is a superhero. And he's like, all right, you know, what's that going to cost me? And it's like, it's $300 million a year. And they'll like license out a superhero that they like represent. And it's like, you know, and he's like, oh, well, I thought he was stationed in Atlanta right now. And he's like, yeah, well, Atlanta's, you know, a little bit late on their last check. So we're thinking of relocating and rebranding. Whatever, like the demographics will love him, like blah, 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 blah. It's just amazing. The spin they put on it is great. It is super, super, super like adult heavy themes.
Yes.
So like,
if you're a child, if you have children, don't let them watch it.
And there's definitely at least one family that has already been like, oh, look, son, like a new superhero show. And then like somebody gets liquefied within 11 seconds of the episode opening up because a superhero just legit runs through them. So, you know, then they're like, all right, maybe we'll turn this off and put little Timmy in the other room. But yeah, I can't wait to watch more of it. The Boys is dope, and I can't even remember what the fuck we were talking about now.
I watched the entire thing in
2 days?
2 days.
Wow. Yeah, I can't wait to watch more. I'm going to watch another episode tonight. So what I wanted to talk about, there's two big things I wanted to talk about. Apparently we've already been talking for a half an hour, and I didn't even realize it. WoW Classic is upon us. We got about 2 weeks before the hell that we all begged for is finally released upon us. WoW Classic is coming. If you have been living under a rock, that is Blizzard re-releasing World of Warcraft servers that are exclusively like a stripped back version of just vanilla WoW. No quality of life changes, no graphics increases, no mechanical changes at all, just the clunky, frustrating, beloved RPG that millions and millions and millions of people fell in love with, including myself back in 2004. Our very own Dr. Bob and Chris P are going to be playing World of Warcraft for the very first time, and I would love to hear. I mean, I know what the experience is going to be like. Because freshman year of high school, we were playing like LAN parties for a while, like in my buddy's basement, and we're all playing on like fucking CRT monitor computers. I know what we're in for, but I would love to hear what your even like preemptive impressions of it are, like what you're expecting out of it and what you're hoping to get out of it, maybe, because we've already got a handful of us that are going to be playing.
Yeah, so like my preemptive impression on it is my life's going to be ruined because everyone that talks about World of Warcraft get addicted to it, and like they say it's like it takes over their life completely. But realistically, I'll play anything that like I have a bunch of people playing. I feel like it's the social aspect that I'll find it fun. Last thing I want is, obviously it's my first time playing. I don't want someone who knows what they're doing that's super nice to me when we talk any other time and they're screaming at me because I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm putting that out there now. I will literally have no idea. I've been talking to Dom about it. I'm like, who's the most literally like just plug and play person I can use and not be absolute luggage? Yeah. And I guess that's Hunter, you said?
Yeah, Hunter.
Hunter. So I'm going to be playing Hunter, whoever that guy is. So shout out Hunter. I'll see you soon. But we're going to have a nice guild going. WGGG Guild. It's going to be a good time. I mean, I literally have no idea what to expect, but I'm hoping Papa Dom can show me the ropes and a couple of the other guys that are playing.
Absolutely.
And,
the second,
I'm looking forward to it. I mean,
yeah. I'm sorry. Finish what you're saying.
Oh no, I just said I was looking forward to it.
Yeah. I'm really excited to like kind of get you guys' thoughts on it. And we made a World of Warcraft channel in the Discord. Somebody hit ! Discord in the chat. So we've been kind of talking about it, and for the folks that already experienced it, like me and Bryland, we're going back and forth just talking about like, wow, I can't wait to be like immensely frustrated by this all over again, because we're playing retail, and it's, a game that's now been updated for like 12 years at this point, and there's lots of quality of life and graphics changes and stuff, but it's still a classic. It is literally a classic role-playing game, and it's being re-released for a reason. We've got friends that I have friends that have been playing on like pirated or like bootleg classic servers. I don't even know how they do that, but they've been like, people have been doing these, and Blizzard has been trying to chase them down and shut them down for years and years. But they've been playing on these like stripped back, free, like Burning Crusade or vanilla servers to get the old experience back. But now people are going to be able to finally do it. So Bob, what do you think? Like, what are you looking forward to? What do you think is going to happen? And do you have any thoughts?
All I want, and I've been wanting this for a long time, was another MMO to get into with a group of people.
Yeah.
The last time I really had that was Guild Wars, and that was, 8 fucking years ago at this point? Like, Guild Wars 1.
Oh, yeah.
And that was like 8 years.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I was playing with Chris too. I was playing with Mikey at the time, playing with a couple other friends that gamed with us in middle school. And it was middle school at that point, because I transitioned straight from playing RuneScape fucking 8 hours a day, which that's a fucking old ass clunky game. But I'm pretty sure the player base is bigger than current RuneScape 3, I think.
It is.
Yeah. Old school RuneScape is bigger than the current day RuneScape servers.
Damn.
Which is incredible. Which is why I feel like, because I missed out on WoW when it came out. If I had a group of people I knew that were like diehard into it at the time, I probably would have gave it a shot. But at that point in my life, I was already all the way through my RuneScape phase, which was like 5 or 6 years, and I was transitioning into Guild Wars, which I put so many hours into those games. I want to have another experience. Like, been almost a decade since I have.
Yeah.
And I've tried to find other MMOs in the meantime. I played ESO for like a month. All of my friends that I played with all fell off, so I returned it and ended up losing like $15 off the return because it went on sale. But
Sucks.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous. But I tried to set up Final Fantasy 15, but for some reason, like, my login information would never work. So I said, fuck this, I'm not going to bother anymore. And now that WoW Classic is coming out, it's an experience I missed out on in like my prime MMO time in my life, where I was in between two of the biggest MMOs I ever played. Also two of the biggest MMOs that ever came out. But they shadow in comparison when it comes to World of Warcraft. They're arguably the most influential video game of all time.
Yep.
Arguably the most sought after played video game of all time. And it just, what the MMO communities do is it brings people together and it allows people to play, of a similar mindset. When I was playing RuneScape, I was just, me and my cousin would just play for hours every single day, and we would go do high level quests, like the expert level quests and shit like that. And then we would like farm lobster, and that was it. That's all. We would just go back and forth and do that in repetition, in perpetuity, for weeks, until we finally started to level, because everyone's been talking about, oh, you're going to have to just imagine what the WoW Classic grind is going to be. Dude, I played RuneScape. That's a grind. I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. If that's how it's going to be, all right, cool. I'll fucking grind all I have to. Yeah. And then same thing with Guild Wars. But I'm looking forward to getting a small group of us together, and whoever wants to fucking play and is down to play with us, hop in the Discord. Absolutely. We're going to give it a shot.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I want to try it out. And we were talking about this earlier today or yesterday. If they allow for you to transfer your 60 level character over to retail WoW, so you can play the rest of the expansions. I don't is the subscription based split, or are you just paying for WoW, and you have access to both? You
have access to both. So if you're a current subscriber, you they just assume you're paying for retail, which is the the one that's constantly updated and patched, and the new expansions and whatever. Like they have free content updates, and then they have the paid expansion packs, and then you just get Classic for free with it. So I think that's the way they're marketing it. It's like all current subscribers get Classic for free, and I don't think you can buy one without the other. And
then I'm fine with that.
And as of right now, I don't think that there is a way to transfer your character to retail. But if you really liked it, and let's say we hit max level, a couple months from now, or sooner, depending on how intense the grind is. If you really liked it and you really wanted to play and do retail, it really wouldn't take you that long to get from 1 to 60 again.
No, I would just roll a character in retail.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I would do.
And then we can literally just run you through content, just dump money on you, and you would literally get from level at 1 to 10 probably in about 20 minutes, honestly, if you just started playing and you had somebody running around with you. What I think would be cool is so for me right now, for experienced players, or for people who are already established, you can get heirlooms to mail to your other characters, so they have slightly bumped up gear at level 1 that levels with them. So that way, it levels all the way up to, I don't know what the cap is for it, but you can improve the heirlooms, so that way it helps you level. But all the heirlooms give you 2% experience boost per piece. So by the time you're fully decked out in heirlooms, you can grind up to a new character super quick. So I think it'd be cool if they gave you some sort of bonus for the people that hit cap in Classic, and say, hey, but I think they just kind of figure that a lot of people are coming into it that just want the old WoW back, and not necessarily are coming into it for the first time.
I want that old WoW back.
We want that old thing back.
Yeah, but I feel like there has to be a pretty large chunk of people who are like, wow, I've never experienced this before, like me and Chris.
Yeah.
And we're just, all right, fuck it, let's give this a shot. Because the problem I've had, because you've been asking me to play fucking retail WoW with you for years.
Yeah.
Now. And the problem I've had with it is I'm so far behind. I understand that catching up isn't that difficult of a scenario, but I'm so far behind on literally everything else about it, which is why I want to start at base level classic vanilla WoW.
Yep.
See what it's like, and if I like it, cool, I'll grind through vanilla WoW with everybody. And then if I still want to keep going, then yeah, fuck it, I'll roll a character and retail it. If not, at least I've experienced World of Warcraft at some point in my life.
Yeah, absolutely. I completely agree. And I think, and even if you right now, whenever you guys activate your subscriptions, if you put up a character on a retail server and you start off at level 1, you're still getting the same story. You're still getting the same. It's not exactly the same, because they changed it. They changed up all the starting zones pretty recently. in the grand scheme of things, I guess, pretty recently. But you're still getting the same story. Like the content is largely the same from 1 to 60. It just has a kind of a different. It feels different because like all the graphical increases. But I do agree that there is an allure to playing something like a piece of gaming history, really, that has spawned countless other MMOs that have been like trying to be like it and to get achieve the same type of like sustainable fan base that WoW has. And lots of other MMOs have tried and failed. Like there's about 3 big ones that are still active, that like Guild Wars 2 is still around. I guess Star Wars: The Old Republic is still has enough fans to like warrant continuing to develop content for
Final Fantasy 15
Final Fantasy, yeah.
Or 14 is killing it.
And
with Shadowbringer, the recent expansion.
And Elder Scrolls Online is phenomenal as well. But they're kind of carving their own path as more of like a cinematic, like you don't have to play with people type deal. But with Classic, like you need friends, because like in retail, if I want to do a dungeon, and I just did one on the stream, it took me, you queue up and it'll just pair you with people, pair you with a tank, a healer, and 2 other damage dealers, or fill in whatever roles. But for Classic, there's no like looking for group function. So we like, God forbid we don't have a healer. We need to go to a capital city and go in the fucking chat and be like, we need somebody to heal for this dungeon.
Didn't Kenny say he was going to be a priest?
Kenny is going to tank. He's doing a warrior tank, I think. I can tank as well. I didn't tank in vanilla, but I can tank in retail just fine.
Q's the priest.
Oh, yeah, that's right. He's rolling a disciplined priest. And then there's another, I think Jay is doing a priest as well, and they can change. But yeah, there's so many like little quality of life things that I think will be an interesting, it's somebody took my car away and gave me like a Razor scooter to get all around from point A to point B. I'm sure there'd be some nice nostalgia, and it would be a lot of fun. But the first time I hit my ankles on that motherfucker, I'm throwing it in the street.
That's such a good comparison.
So there's your WoW Classic analogy.
So honest, like, are you super nostalgic for it? Are you just like, fuck it, like we have a group of people, I'm gonna play it?
It's the latter. I was always gonna play it at some point.
Yeah.
I was talking to a couple high school buddies that used to play, and I have been playing on like those hacked servers. But for me, like I would like to remember and get back to that point and kind of, really see. But I think I'm gonna be surprised. I'm waiting for it to surprise me, because when I played Classic, or when I played Vanilla, when it was current, I wasn't like hardcore raiding or like hardcore running dungeons. It was like a casual stuff, and we played with friends and we just kind of like explored. So I'm excited to like see it with a fresh pair of eyes. Like I wish I could do that with other games. Like I wish I could do that with Mass Effect, for example, and experience that world for the first time again. And
play BioShock for the first time.
Yes.
BioShock 1.
Bingo. Yeah. But like I wish like I would hit my head really hard and then just for some reason be blanked on BioShock and then go and experience it for the first time again. And I feel like we're in a unique position. To do that again with WoW Classic. So I am excited, and I think I'm more excited now than I ever thought I was gonna be. Like when it got announced, I was like, all right, this will be fine, and I'll try it out for a little bit, and then I'll go back to retail. But I think it's gonna allow me to look at the game with a set of fresh eyes, and I think it'll be a good palate cleanser.
Read that out, Tom.
Oh God.
Jen Infamous. Thank God Dom is back. The show is really going to crap without him. Chris is definitely a complimentary personality, and Bob is just, I guess, there. At least he wasn't bitching about his job, sitting on his butt all day. Was so hard. All jokes aside, you guys are awesome, and I've been listening to you guys every week for over a year now. Wow, thank you,
Thanks,
Jen
man.
Infamous. You're fucking cool as shit, man, and I appreciate your commitment to not swearing. You said butt and crap. And you did say bitch, though, and that's kind of rude.
That's where I draw the line.
Wash your mouth out with soap. But Jen Infamous, thank you for the kind words, man. I appreciate it. It's good to be back, and I am definitely feeling the love. So thank you very, very much. But yeah, no, like if you asked me 6 months ago, I do not think I would be excited. But then as soon as you guys all started talking about Oh yeah, when you were gone, we were talking about WoW Classic and starting a guild. I was all for it, and I immediately resubscribed. So, and that's the type of energy that I've been missing from WoW for a little while, because they've made it easier and easier to play alone. And I miss that aspect of like you have to play with your friends. Like, let's all rush home after school, everybody log on, and like let's get this motherfucker done. I'm really excited for that. So,
I think was it Muzz was saying in Discord that like it doesn't matter our starting locations because at 15 you just dungeon raid together or something like that.
Sort of. So, like every race starts in a different place, but you eventually just kind of like come to a point, and there are certain zones. Like your starting zones are going to be like 1 to 10, and then you've got your 11 to 20. Then you've they go like by 10.
So you mean like every single MMO ever?
Yeah, exactly. So like, and you don't have to necessarily like start in any one place. You're going to start in one place anyway. Then once you exit, like humans have, I think every race has like 2 or maybe 3 zones, but they all eventually lead back to the capital city. Like they'll give you everybody gets like a breadcrumb quest that'll take you to, in the Alliance's case, it'll take you to Stormwind, which is the capital city, which is where most of the big vendors are, and like that's where you're gonna find groups. So you know how to get back there when you need to. So like the most out of the way one is probably like on the Horde side, the Tauren are in Thunder Bluff, and like that's super fucking far away from the capital. It's the most far away from the capital city, but they have like a plane or a blimp that you can take from point A to point B. But anyway, yeah, if we all say, we're all going to go to one zone, as soon as you hit level 10, stop, and we'll all meet in this zone, and we'll do this, and then we'll just go together. Like, that's what me and John used to do in high school. Be like, all right, play tonight, but if you get to level 15, stop so that I can join you and catch up, and then we can play this together. Like, you used to have to do that.
All right, that's good, because I'm going to see Slipknot on Tuesday, the day it comes out. So you guys all get to level 10, and then don't touch the fucking game afterwards, okay?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, we won't touch it. We'll wait for you, Bob. Yeah, for sure.
I'm selling my ticket.
Dude, not for nothing. You guys talking about WoW, like Dom, you especially, you're throwing all these words around and whatnot, and I'm already so lost. I might not.
That's all the lore behind it. You come to learn that shit.
Yeah. I mean, the lore is fun, and for me, like thank you, Brylin, for the sub. I appreciate you, love you.
Thanks, Brylin.
The locations and stuff are fine, but it's all about just like you'll get to know it immediately. And for me, like the thrill has always been like uncovering little parts of the map and like finding new places, and I think it's gonna be kind of cool to watch you guys like discover like this world that I've been living in for the past like 15 years, like with a fresh set of eyes.
Just be gentle on me. That's all I ask. Be gentle.
I'm always gentle.
I don't want it. I want to be broken in. I want someone yelling at me. I want to hear someone screaming through my headphones.
I'll be spitting at my microphone like I'm spitting at you.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a old school like Ventrilo server. I think I still have Vent installed on my computer for some reason.
We have a fucking Discord.
Oh, true.
No. We need to use fucking Vent or TeamSpeak. We're not using any modern. I'm going full 2004. If you want to hit me up to say, hey, Dom, you want to play tonight, you got to hit me up on AIM, or you got to email me. It's domxl90@aol.com.
Chris XO baby 143@aim.com. No, honestly, I was listening to I forget who it was, but it was one of the GTA RP streamers. I think it was Buddha, but he uses TeamSpeak, and like all the people that do roleplay
all the OGs use.
Yeah, they still use TeamSpeak, which is sick. So let's bring it back.
No, we have a Discord. We're going to continue to promote our Discord and we're going to utilize World of Warcraft to do so.
That's fine.
I wonder if TeamSpeak work. No, it doesn't work.
No, it doesn't work. But yeah, no, I'm really excited. I'm excited to. Oh my god, I'm like hiccuping all over the place here. I need a bit.
Oh, how the beer's sitting.
They're hitting. Something just hit my belly.
Mixing the Tums, my guy.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I'm excited to like get back into it, honestly, and like I said, I guess I never really realized it until just now, but it's a unique chance to kind of experience something for the very first time again, the way I experienced it, originally. So,
did you ever play RuneScape?
No.
Okay. All right. So if WoW Classic doesn't hit for all of us, we're all making old school RuneScape characters.
I'm with it. I just say the word. I'm down to try everything once.
Yeah, I'll try it. Yeah, absolutely.
Play Maple Story if that.
Hey, I played Maple Story.
Oh my god, dude! Chris too was a god at Maple Story.
I can see that. I can see him loving the like free like Korean RPG games and like Maple Story. All the
Lineage to all those like Korean games that the player base is fucking huge for some reason, but nobody in the West plays it besides Chris. He's probably number 1 NA.
What's the developer? I can picture the logo right now, and the name is on the tip of my tongue of the developer that makes all of them.
Tencent.
No, not Tencent. I mean, probably Tencent now, but let me see. Oh my god! If I look up Maple Story, I'm pretty sure it's by them.
I know who. It's orange.
Nexon.
Yeah.
Nexon. Yeah, Nexon is like and Wizet. They do all they do like the web-based shit like that. And Bryland, since you subscribed and asked a question, how about that bullshit that the 15th anniversary mounts can only be bought? Yeah, I fucking hate that, and it's really dumb that they're gating the anniversary gifts this year behind money. Every anniversary for WoW, they usually, and I'm sure that there'll be something that they give you, but like every anniversary, if you log in during the game's anniversary, you'll get like a pet or a mount or like something cool cosmetic to like celebrate World of Warcraft's birthday. And I think I've got all of them. But this year there's like a 15th anniversary mount, and it's like an ivory, like stone griffin that you can fly on, and you have to buy it. It's not free, which is like kind of shitty. It's like the first time that I can never remember them doing that. Yeah, Hugo's got to make their money somehow. It's a fucking paid subscription.
Now I'm thinking about all the fucking years of Guild Wars I haven't played, and all of the pets that I've gotten, some of which are worth like actual real life money.
Well, they're probably dead now. You haven't fed them.
It's just like my Neopet.
They're fine.
Oh, dude, shut up my Neopet.
Oh my god, in Guild Wars, I used to trade. If I got like a mid-tier pet, I would trade it for dyes, because dyes were super hard to get, and you could dye like armor sets and shit, and then like black, silver, white, and gold dyes were super expensive. So I'd trade pets for dyes, and then I'd start flipping dyes for other dyes. And that's how I made all my money. And then once you hit like 100,000 gold, you would get 1 ecto, which like that's like the 100,000 gold currency, 1 ecto. Mm-hmm. And at one point I had like a couple hundred ectos just from doing all that. Oh man. That's like what Chris 2 does in RuneScape now.
Oh man, wait till you get into the professions in Classic. Woo! Oh, I forgot all about that. Ooh. You gotta this is gonna be
Bob, that sounds like you used to be quite the businessman. Would you add to your bio on Xfire Entrepreneur?
Yeah. I would just flip. That's all I did.
Do you remember Xfire? Did you ever use that?
No.
It was like
maybe I haven't. But I was also in like I was in a top tier guild at the time in Guild Wars, and like you had to pay you had to pay like rent to keep your spot in the guild.
Oh my god!
Have I ever told this story? But I must have.
No, I never heard about paying rent.
I was in like a top 10 in the world guild in Guild Wars 1, and it turned out I was like 14 at the time, maybe like 13. It turned out there was some fucking like super hyper religious cult, and they would make like the people in the guild go to the main hub once in a while and then just pray together.
No
and
way.
I was like, you know what, this is fucking, here's the money, I'm gonna continue to PvP with you guys. And then one of the mods saw my name. I was so fucking edgy back then. My name was No Chance in Hell.
Wow.
Fucking edgy, right? And they were like, yeah, you're going to have to change your name or you can't be in this guild anymore. And I was like, why? They're like, oh, we're a Christian guild. And I was like,
did they pray?
I'm not changing.
I heard this while I was peeing. Did they pray, like, they were like, all right, everybody, like, type in the Hail Mary, and if you don't do it...
I don't remember. But they were they were like a cult. They were like an actual cult. I played video games with a cult. I was almost recruited into a cult.
Bob, this just in, Bob was in a cult.
Breaking news. Dr. Bob,
I've
big
repressed
cult
it
guy.
for so long.
I think you did tell me that one time, and I couldn't believe it. And now that you've told it twice the exact same way, then it has to be true.
How am I supposed to make something like that?
I don't know. I mean, I just couldn't. It's not that I thought you were lying. I just couldn't believe it. I just couldn't. I couldn't believe.
The reason why you guys don't believe it is because I continue to say, and I will continue till the day I die, that I was in a top 10 guild in the world in Guild Wars.
Yeah.
But you left out the point. You left out the part where you were in a cult.
Yeah.
It's
you
all starting to come back to me right now. I think I was in a cult.
I was the top 1% cult leader in the world.
Was the top 1% in rosary bead fucking flicking.
No, you want to know how you know you're in like the top guilds in the game?
How do you know?
There's specific guild capes. So if you were in a high enough ranked PvP guild, you got like this silver and gold guild cape. It was sick.
Hey, Lorenzo. Boy, thank you for resubscribing for 11 months.
And then I lost it when they kicked me because I wouldn't change my name to something Christian.
I wonder.
No chance in hell.
So
super edgy.
I want to get Brylan, you might be able to help me out with this. Is it level 10 that you have to get to in Classic to start a guild? Because what we should do is try to get there as quickly as possible so that we can get a sick guild name. I just want it to be one word. I want the guild name to be like cigarettes or something like that.
That would be sick. Yeah, it needs to be cigarettes.
Like all actually a friend of the program and former guest, Asmongold, has a phenomenal video on guilds in World of Warcraft. Actually, I'm going to send it to you guys now because you'll actually maybe understand it. But he talks about how all the best PvE like raiding and dungeon guilds are all like one word, like Method, Vodka, a couple other ones. Like those are actual real like top tier
beer.
Those are like top tier WoW guilds. Method is a real one and Vodka's a real one. And then all of the best PvP guilds are the complete opposite. And they're all like all caps misspelled rap quotes. And one of the examples that he uses is like, I saw a guild last week and it was all caps. It was called Buy You a Drank. And it was like, and he was like, and they were fucking steamrolling in a battleground. And turns out I looked
like
up
BAYU.
Yeah, it was like it was BUYU, the letter U, ADRANK. Hoon
That's how it's
Daddy.
spelled, though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so whoever in our community hits 10 first.
Yeah, you gotta go immediately
Cigarettes.
to Stormwind and go get it. Yeah, cigarettes. Yeah, it's the video is called "How to Be an Elitist in World of Warcraft," and I'll skip to the part where he talks about he talks about the guilds because it's so fucking good and it's so true too. Yeah, he's like, yeah, for PvP guilds, the farther away from any semblance of grasp on the English language it feels like you have, the better the guild is. So.
I can't wait for the guild name to be cigarettes,
or simple SIGs.
SIGs. I don't know what the character limit is. It's probably at least 5, but
cigarettes. Marlboro Reds.
One of the best guilds that I saw in Classic WoW was so if you get like an item that you can't trade, it's like bind on pickup or BOP. So the guild name was STDs are BOP. Oh, that was pretty good. But
all right, well, look, you're making me even more interested in this now.
I'm so excited. Now I'm getting all like we've talked about World of Warcraft for a half an hour on this podcast. This is my fucking dream come true.
Can we name the guild Ravioli, give me the formuloni?
Yes, that'll be our PvP offshoot guild, and it'll all be in all caps.
That's sweet.
Misspelled everywhere.
Ravioli, RAVEE ALOY.
It'll be RAVIOLY.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it's coming up on the hour right now. I've been having a whole lot of fun here, and
we haven't even started playing yet.
I know. And now I'm gonna go play some retail and hate myself. So
don't burn yourself out.
I know. I'm not gonna burn myself out. I'm gonna be good. I have a couple more Mick Ultras to drink tonight, so I'm not going to bed until they're gone. You can't take them with you. You die tomorrow. Can't take them with you.
Sure.
So, okay. Let's land the train. Chris, talk to me.
What up? So I don't want to shout out anyone, but I want to shout out something.
Ooh.
Hopefully, starting next week, we're going to be taking voicemails from listeners, and we'll actually listen to them on the podcast. Of course, we're going to review them beforehand, so don't be complete douchebags. But if you want to send in compliments, topics, you want to make fun of us a little bit, totally go for it. I'm not going to say the phone number over the podcast right now, but if you follow us on Twitter at Wicked Good Games, it is posted there, and I'll bump it to the top so you guys see it. But like I said, no shout outs to anyone in particular, but leave us a voicemail. That'll be fucking really fun. And look forward to hearing them.
Yeah. All right, word. Bobby?
I want to shout out everybody in the World of Warcraft Discord, in our Discord.
Hey,
We're coming into this blind. I mean, half blind. Like, I have years of experience in MMOs, but it's an experience I've yet to capture. So, shout out to everybody who's in there. I'm looking forward to actually being able to start this, get going, rev things up with a group of good guys, couple good guys.
Couple good guys.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've been doing like actual research.
Bry Guy, sorry to cut you off. Bry Guy says I'm gonna be 10 Peter Wu's fog cut is deep calling this voicemail. Please do that. That'll be awesome.
Amazing.
Sorry, Bob. Go ahead. Go back in. Sorry.
I'm trying to do research because I want to roll a nice demonology warlock or affliction demonology warlock.
My man's dropping the spec names on me already.
Yeah, dude. Look, I told you. Because when I get into this shit, I do the research. When I was playing Darkest Dungeon for 120 fucking hours 2 months ago, I would sit at work with a Darkest Dungeon video up on my second monitor of like, okay, if you're fighting this dungeon, if you're going through this dungeon and fighting this boss, this is the optimal fucking loadout to be going into it. I'm doing the same fucking thing right now with WoW, and I haven't even started playing.
Oh my god, I can't wait. This is what I did every day of high school. Is when I was in high school and we were in shop every other week, so I actually was in front of a computer. I would just be looking up like WoW builds and like strategies and information, and then I'd go home and play. That's exactly what I did every day. Actually, I would go home, have a bowl of macaroni and cheese, and watch Dragon Ball Z, and then I would play WoW. Very, very important. But
sounds nice.
Yeah, nice life, dude. I had a nice HP compact desktop PC. Ran WoW vanilla like 15 frames per second, crispy.
I think I have to go. I want so badly to roll an undead, but I can't because we're not Horde and we're going to be Alliance. So I have to go Gnome.
You could do human too.
Fuck humans.
You can make him look old.
No.
Well, go subscribe tonight so you can reserve your character name.
I don't even fucking know what.
I'm gonna stay.
Any list of names that I can come up with, nobody's gonna.
I don't know. You never know. I reserved my last name, which is kind of cool. But yeah. So all right, great. Well, for me, big shout out, big shout out to everybody who's been in the chat tonight. Big shout out to Jen Infamous. That was just a really nice note. I'm glad to be back, and I'm glad you guys were here to welcome me back. Bry Guy, if you don't call in after 10 cutters, then we're banning you. So the first voicemail better just be blitzed. And yeah, be on the lookout for the voicemail line. We're going to be doing that real soon. And big shout out to our Discord. For everybody that's in the Discord already, big shout out to you. Thank you for being a part of it. The Discord's been super active the last couple months, and it's been just like only building more. And we will have a WoW channel. We do have a WoW channel in the Discord now. So whether you're playing retail or you're going to be playing classic or you just want some advice or whatever, jump in there and chat with us. I know a handful of the folks in our community are already subscribed, myself included. And my battle tag is in there as well. So you can just add me and we can group up. I'm down to play whenever. And then once Classic drops next Tuesday.
It's that close, huh?
I think it's next
No,
Tuesday.
it's not next Tuesday. It's the one afterwards.
Yeah, so 2 Tuesdays from now, the next 2 Tuesdays, will be in there like swimwear, and the guild's cigarettes shall be born. So, can't wait. Really excited. Thank you guys for listening. Episode 141 of Not Another Gaming Podcast. We love you so much. And if you're trying to, if you're saying like, wow, this podcast was great, but I listened to it on, one podcast platform, I didn't download it. You can find us on any podcast platform you like, including Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Overcast, and Radio.com and iHeartRadio. And you could steal your girlfriend's Amazon Prime, and you can subscribe to us for free at twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming. The sub benefits the channel. It'll get you some cool badges, and there's a lot of other cool shit that's involved in there too. And of course, make sure that you check us out on Patreon. I think it's just patreon.com/wickedgoodgaming. There's some extra little bonuses on there. We got more to come on it, but if you want to support us in a little extra way, that's also much appreciated as well. If you're listening to us right now live at twitch.tv/wickedgoodgaming, thank you guys for hanging out. Thank you for spending your Thursday night with us. And if you're listening to us on Friday morning when the podcast launches, or at any point after that, we appreciate you just hanging in there and listening to us ramble for another hour of your life. We love you so much, and we'll see you next week.